All right, end of the year, you're almost there. Let's go through the study guide and get you through this last exam. You see here, I already wrote down the quadratic formula. I'm not going to sing it. Hopefully you know that the part I put in green is the discriminant, and most importantly, that this only works when your equation is set to 0. So ax squared plus bx plus c is standard form equal to 0 is when you can use the quadratic formula. So let's proceed to solve some of these. Number 15, the first thing we need to do, it equals 10. So let's get rid of that. Let's subtract 10 from both sides so we can have an equation that's equal to 0. 2x squared, still minus 9x, minus 18 equals 0. Then when you're going to solve it, you just simply use your values of a, b, and c. A equals 2. B equals negative 9, C equals negative 18, and you just go from there. B is negative 9, so negative B is positive 9. And then just plug and chug. All over 2a, so you have 4. And then for these, if you remember, you just do them step by step. So don't do everything in your calculator all at once. You'll be good to go. The part here, 2 negatives, so make sure you know you're adding those two together, meaning 2 negatives make a positive. So when you use a calculator, you would have positive 144 all over 4. You can keep going there. Let's get it back on screen. You have 9 plus or minus the square root of 225 all over 4. You can see these take a lot of steps. 9 plus or minus, you do the square root of 225 in your calculator, 15 all over 4. So I'll do it in my head for this one, since you can pause, rewind to keep track of what I'm saying. 9 plus 15 is 24. 24 divided by 4. We have one value that's 6, and 9 minus 15 is negative 6. Negative 6 divided by 4, we don't need to give a decimal, we could just say negative 6 over 4. Oh wait, we can simplify that, negative 3 over 2. Boom, good to go with our long solution for 15. For 16, where it says solve using any method, most of you have been doing quadratic formula for everything, but when you see something without a b term, I automatically think square root method. Square root method is, instead of setting it to 0, get all your constant terms on one side. So I can add 20 to both sides. I get 3x squared equals 108. I don't want to solve for 3x squared. We can divide by 3. We get x squared equals 36. And I don't want to solve for x squared. I got to take the square root of both sides. And remember, I got to take the positive or negative square root of both sides. So a lot of people just put 6 for this, but you want to put both 6 and negative 6. And this is, so it doesn't get confused, this is your answer for number 16. This is your answer for number 15. Let's do 17, and let's leave 18 on your own, but let's go ahead and solve 17 using factoring method. Factoring, just like quadratic formula, set that puppy to 0. So we got x squared plus 8x plus 12 equals 0, and this is when we're, think factors of c, think factors of 12 that add up to b, that add up to 8. So 1 and 12, 1 times 12 is 12, but 1 plus 12 is 13. 2 times 6 is 12, 2 plus 6 is 8. So we got it on the second try. We have x plus 2 times x plus 6 equals 0, but then we can set each factor to 0. If you're fine with just thinking of it as take the opposite of these numbers, no problem. But I want you to know the reason why that works is, for example, if you just took one of the factors, x plus 2 equals 0, use inverse operations, you're solving and getting x equals -2. Which, think about it, if you plug it in, and you should always plug it in to see if your answer is correct, if you plug in -2, we can plug it into factored form. -2 plus 2 is 0. -2 plus 6 is +4, but it doesn't matter what this factor equals. 0 times anything, 0 times 4, equals 0 when we plug in -6. And same for when we plug in -6 as well. All right, so I want you to be able to do number 18 on your own. The answer key will include everything, but what I want to say is keep practicing, good luck, and also don't stress out.